Okay, so we are back. We are going to watch the second game now from this matchup between the Stark team, Bolton Wanderers, and the Targaryen team with the four traits that I don't know the order of, so I won't say it. But it's Lukas against Alejandro, and this time it's crossing against Valyrian Steel. This is honestly another one that could go either way. First Winter Festival I won't hit. I think that was kind of probably to be expected. Let's him go second though, but the thing is, Stark has, if I'm not mistaken, 3 Gifts of the Widow in this one that can grab the Intimidate attachment, and on anything that stands, Intimidate is not super pleasant for Stark crossing. She starts with
I mean,
2 armories in play though, and no characters, which is a bit of a weird
but
step.
also like, yeah, I mean, Intimidate is really good if you have, like small board or like we have a lot of it. But if you just Intimidate two, usually you can squeeze in still like enough icons and challenges.
2
But he has
claim
such a
military threat.
small board.
Not fun. And 2 shadow cards. So black market merchant is an obvious one. There's quite a few though, so can't exactly know.
There is Shadow of the East, which is not good in this matchup, right?
Unfortunately, I failed to check the decks before it started, so this is a bit blind now in terms of what resets are available and stuff like that. Okay,
There's
here's
your
Dragon
Dragon
Skull,
Skull.
so that's not gonna come as a surprise, it just comes immediately, so that's happening.
Don't want to wait for Brain, right?
Yeah, fair enough. Means there won't be a surprise attachment coming in though with the agenda, because the faction cards net and the shadow cards, okay, unless it's pinch, probably are not gonna come into play either. So now the 2 characters maybe cannot do that much damage, but yeah, the guy with stand and intimidate. Then when he's done, Lukas can still just spend the armor. Is that the smith? Because if there's the smith, then you may as well just do them first round.
I think there's the Smith. There's 2 loans, I think, or at least one more loan. I think Francisco has won, so that was the last game.
Okay. Let's see if Francesco is able to do the pairings, otherwise I will do that. Well, claim soak established, so that Baristan can go super crazy, and stand is there. So all in all, not going that badly. And the anti-jumper is not immediately useful. Well, apart from the fact that he could just flat out try to win military on defense.
What's reset for Targaryen?
I'm just checking now their deck. So they do have 2 loans and at the gates. So no more summer, the next winter festival, if there is a second one. I'm not sure there is a second one actually, I should hit. Then they have Matkins Command and Morgulis. And of course you win or you die. Matkins Command pretty annoying, Morgulis questionable.
Okay.
Do you need me to do the pairings or?
Yes, I mean,
Okay, then. Sorry, guys, if the game's not showing while I handle that. And some people are dropping. Okay. Sorry, let me do this quickly. So we need update game results. So Derek drops and Marek drops, and we pair the others. There we go. I'll just let people know that it's been paired. Sorry about that. Okay, so what do we have? Nothing from Alejandro, so Lukas just free to do the challenges. I guess it's a legitimate worry that Crossing's gonna get too much power if you try to do stuff. This way it's actually not too bad. Just gonna be 3-0 and Winter Festival already spent, so let me check also for the Stark deck how we are doing with the Winter Festivals and stuff. Some of them dropped the second one. This one didn't, so I think Winter Festival is gonna be played right now. And will Tark play an early Mad King's Command? I was just gonna say, okay, we go heads on spikes. Maybe he wants to wait with Winter Festival for Mira to be in play, which could also make a difference. Lukas forced to go first and hits Milk, which I don't know, could have done damage, but also it's not a character, it's not power gain from that, so that went well for Alejandro, I think. And the extra dupe means even if Drogo comes, can't really kill everything. But taking the dupes, I mean, you can go into Morgulis and you have bodyguard with gifts potentially, so I don't know if that's gonna be a thing in this game, because Morgulising against Stark, who then top decks exclusively characters, usually is not the best. But I think this one doesn't have the wolves, right? No, doesn't have the wolf plot. Does not even play Gravewind, by the way. Plays 2 summers though, which you have to top deck. Lukas does nothing. He can have Mira in Shadows. She will of course come in net unless he decides not to keep Lesser Scouts. And Barristan gets even more Voltron-y. There is Aegon, by the way, in the deck. The big one. How much does he cost? I think he's Shadow 6, is he? It's very expensive from Shadows, if I remember correctly. Poisoned Locust. Yeah, that's not killing anything though. That would not be the best card to have in Shadows at this point, I think. Yeah. Has to find something, because at the moment he's not very comfortable with just taking military. But I'm sure he has options between the cards in hand and shadow still. If there's a black market merchant, that could be a card that should come out probably and get that third attachment. Did we say the smith was there? So Lukas didn't spend any of his armor, is still there to be knelt. No, there is not a smith in the deck. Now there's 3 cards in shadows. If he doesn't keep them all, he's kind of wasted some resources. Ah, there is one coming out. Maybe that was just marshaled, was it? Card 3, yeah, it was. So it gives him insight, so he now has all the characters and is not really blankable. Well, he's to claim. I think he is blankable, of course. And you can keep maybe 2 cards in shadows and 1 card in hand, which can be an attachment that comes in and draws another card and stuff like that. Come out of that pretty well. I was just gonna say, in general, played against these Mad King's Command decks a lot recently. And if you play... Okay, Star Crossing is completely different, but I played the Terrell Wolf deck and this Mad King's Command every time on the other side, and if you do the usual, right, play with a smaller or completely empty board, just put stuff in shadows while you play your Arbor and Red Wine Standards, and then they Mad King's Command and you pick 3 cards and then 4 from hand and shadows are just going to the bottom and you've wasted so much. Those games usually don't go well. So at this point, especially in open deck lists where you can see it coming, you have to manage the resources so that you limit that waste. And yeah, in non-open deck lists, sometimes you get hit with a surprise Mad King's Command also. This time it's more Alejandro who is kind of in danger of losing cards, while he will lose cards. Yeah, 1 card from shadows never did anything. Keeps the 2 in hand, and Lukas does keep the 1 in shadows. Which deck is this again? There's so many Star Crossing going around. Okay, so he just goes for immediate draw. There's one that plays the Berserkers, by the way, multiple copies, which at this point suck a bit because they come in net because of Lesser Scouts, but just interesting that that exists. More normal, of course, would be Mira. Let me just double check that. Oh, it is the one with Berserkers, this one. 2 copies. Hits me Sunday on the Caitlyn challenge, so she can't come into play. That's pretty nice. Also 1 copy of Smallfolk Mob is in there. 2 Miras, no Rick. Still no power to steal. Only round 2. Feels like I've been playing a while. It's not going super fast. Military is a thing though. And yeah, I mean, in theory, you can kill szép tőle Morin put Black Market Merchant back into shadows, but that leaves Baristan all alone and with just one Gates to the Moon to work with. Has actually two loans right from the Arab Bank, so he can afford it actually if he wants to do that. So on one hand, spending the Mad King's Command early means he can go wide with the attachments. Sometimes these Voltrons have like 7 attachments and Tokar is one of them, and they just win everything. But also means that Stark can go wider with characters, and you're not gonna limit that anymore, apart from the threat of Morgulis. Military on the crossing challenge. Is he gonna do it? Yeah, he is. Okay. Well, he does have the econ, as I said, but I don't know. With the cards, it's a bit more dodgy, but Merchant can come in and grab another attachment that you can trigger the agenda, get more cards. So if that's Mira now, she of course comes in Ned, but she could still blank Baristan against the claim raise. So currently he has Intimidate, Renown, Stand ability, and Insight. So even if you blank him, you're not blanking Renown. But just the fact that this can be 2 claim and will also take Arya's dupe on top of Caitlyn's means that... Okay. Are we gonna do the double armory and defend Varistan's military? That could have been a good character also to have in play potentially, because it assaults Plaza. Would be difficult to have a card big enough to in hand to stand Baristan though, so is he gonna fully defend? There could be a strength boost, of course. Tokar would win it, right? I mean, having spent the armory, surely he's gonna spend both, otherwise half-hearted defense that still loses is not ideal. And what's coming here? If he brings the Tokar in, then Lukas will not spend the other armory, otherwise he probably would have. No, he's just gonna defend. Unless he has off to Galtown and putting Caitlyn in the challenge stops mercenary contract. And the... Okay, Claymore is not happening anyway. If he wins this, he will stand with... does not defend. Why exactly does he not defend? This guy has Intimidate. Maybe he does have off to Galtown. Wants to defend power. I don't know. see any huge difference though. Yeah, but he should still defend because he's gonna have to stand him. Yeah, he still gets intimidated. Unusual. Maybe didn't spot it. Now can chuck the card away and do the 2 claim power. He is not gonna do that. He's not that healthy with the cards, so fair enough. But he's just drawn 2 cards and can go e-complot next. I don't know why Lukas didn't oppose though the military. Is there any penalty? I don't think there's any burn in this one. I think he just missed the intimidate, but yeah. Paristan has all the keywords basically. Now I think it's gonna be a winter festival. Yeah, into the e-complot. He's going first this time. He's gonna do his challenges before Paristan goes crazy with intimidate, right? He has stealth for him. It's the one keyword he doesn't have at the moment. Plus the assault for Plaza. How about a Daisy? Ooh, intimidate from his own side. Finds another Bear Island scout. Does he play it? Or does he keep in hand? He plays it, probably gonna try to find a Daisy, still doesn't. Okay, finds She-Bear, which is something, and we know now he has no off to Galtown, but superior claim gold still there. 0. Yeah, this is gonna search for an attachment just to draw a card, I think, because he has the gold to marshal stuff, but probably doesn't have the perfect cards. He spent 2 gifts already, and Baristan can't take a bodyguard anyway, in case you want to do a Morgulis to stay in the game against this Stark deck. Characters cannot gain power while Tokar is in the challenge, but Stark doesn't care, right? It's all going on the faction card. Ah, there's a save. Is he the moment not a king nor a lord, but he could be. It's not the perfect cards, is it? That's a bit rough, but could still be surprises in hand. So do you waste the intrigue first and then do the other challenges? Yeah. Okay, fully defense gets him another card. Now potentially military. I think you'd have to do Arya in the challenge to make sure he's stealth at Arya, Greyjohn and the Berserkers. Successfully assault Plaza and get the intimidate, right? And then if you need to stealth Baristan on the power challenge. In case of superior claim ambitions, you would use the armory then, I think. Tries to do it without Arya stealthing Baristan. Of course, the plaza is being assaulted right now, so that's not gonna stand him. Doesn't have characters to spare, Alejandra, so I think if there's tricks, you might see them here. Ah, there's the stand. Yeah. I think it was important to stealth him because Greyjohn would stand for sure and could get intimidate. Now, yeah, this will be successful defense. Do you ever use Baristan on defense just to stand? Stands knights, so Rolly is also a knight, would stand everything. Mm-hmm. Given that Rolly doesn't have a power icon, I think it was more difficult to win this military. Just used Arya on the military challenge to stealth, get intimidate, and then power. You would just win with the Chads on the crossing challenge, right? Plus armor is still there. Defense by 2. It's gonna increase the strength because this is superior claim territory. Doesn't have it. Doesn't have the cards. Didn't have them in the last round when he needed them, and here it's not rushing a lot. Heads and spikes didn't hit. Superior claim not played. It's gonna get Winter Festival, but might lose power in the meantime, and Baristan can still trigger once for the claim raise. Okay, I think one of the Bear Island scouts will go. And does he defend power with Caitlyn? Just to stop the claim raise. Decent card, but nothing at the moment that's that urgent to get back. And here we go. We'll bring Friedman as well to win dominance after this. Okay, just gonna stop it. And now, okay, just gonna grab that one more power. Yeah, now Alejandro's close to just closing in. If you harris him, okay, that's Baristan stays with the merchant. Presumably repopulate pretty decently. So that's not ideal. Mira blanking him also, I mean, all the keywords come from the attachments. You can blank his ability, which to be fair does something, but it's not amazing. And yeah, if Lukas had superior claim to be on 10 himself, he could be a threat now to close, but he is not. He needs 2 more rounds. And I'm not sure he has 2 more rounds. You win or you die, but doesn't win initiative. Because there's a King's Road in play. This is match point, by the way. If Alejandro closes here, okay. This team, I want to say Bastards, Mercenaries, and 2 more trades, don't remember, is into the final. What a realistic trades, Dothraki. And Dragons. Bastards, Dragons, Swords, Mercenaries. Okay. Just in case he got stuck with his own Morgulis, he's now got some tubes as well. Yeah, I think this should do it, honestly. And yeah, you can look back at the previous game where it looked like Lukas had it. He just had a Ramsey or something at the right time, but didn't find it. He lost the game with the 2 cards in hand and the card in shadows that didn't do anything. We don't even know what they were. Okay, if there's no Mira, it's not even worth discussing. Also could do with a Daisy, honestly, to at least have some strength. Daisy would be pretty huge though, but she wouldn't have an intrigue icon by default. Okay. No Mira though. So just patiently do challenges in the right sequence, and the fact that he has the big Intimidate on the intrigue helps quite a bit as well. Actually, Caitlyn stops the mercenary contract stand. Then you have to do it with Plaza. Which maybe he's now trying to find a card, because he's pretty big, you need a big card. But he did dupe Drogo. Drogo could have made sure to stand Barristan, right? How are we looking with just everyone in the same power challenge? I don't think we are looking that good because of Daisy, right? $23. Against 29, so yeah, has to start with other stuff. Still no superior claim in hand. And now I think he might have cleared enough for... So 29. So still missing... still missing one. Might have to do military first as well. Could do military with all the renowns if that can be pushed through. But actually that's even worse because Berserker has the military icon. And Shiver. Well, nothing stopping mercenary contract on the military challenge if he wins. But if he doesn't win, there is no more stand. So what are the strengths now? So it's 25 on the military for Alejandro. And it's 29 still for Lukas. But that includes every single character, and then the merchant would just do. I wouldn't do it because there's still an armory. Okay, so all in the same challenge plan doesn't work. How about just doing it one by one and see how many defenders you can nail? Does that work? I'm sure he's counting, and it could be quite a while to foresee every situation here. If he can't close, he will lose all the cards from hand, and then Lukas will go with the Harris, surely. Which is not amazing, to be fair. He will leave Baristan with all his power still there. So Hunter just need like a one good challenge on a very smaller board with Baristan strength still intact. So it's not bad. Okay. It's gonna bring Seas to Armory. Well, that doesn't increase strength though, does it? So 23. Yeah, that's enough. There's only 20 on defense. Good card to have. Lukas stood earlier, but what do you stand against Caitlyn? So that was well played. He found. I have a suspicion that okay, if he couldn't actually close, he would be on 14, and it would mean that Lukas had to spend all his defenders. I don't think he would be pushing any to claim challenges or crossing through. So even the Harris, I think, should not be enough for Lukas to turn the game around, but we'll never know. It was quite close actually to having enough defense with that dicey. Needed something more. He was left with 1 gold and Sansa and Villa in hand, so if could get Sansa for an additional 4, it might have been enough. But yeah, 2 close games, but Lukas didn't find the right cards when he needed them, so lost both of them unfortunately. And he is not even the main player for this one, right? I think it's played by Nico usually, and he's been missing for the last couple of weeks. Not sure what happened. So we have our first finalist. The last game of this one is scheduled for tonight. Where is this one? So Bolton Wanderers. Yeah, this is not updated. It's Feuerbart, I think, playing the filthy deck against Derek, who is playing. What are we looking at? Bastards. One of their other decks. Which one did they choose? I don't remember, but it's a dead game now, right? So they still have free companies, which I think it is. It's free companies, right? Yeah. So the other match has 1 game scheduled for tomorrow night. So we can't see it here, right? Sunday is already next month. So this one, they've scheduled now. Oh, it's duplicated. Okay. Yeah. So this is what time zone? It's my time zone, I think. So 8 in the evening would mean 7 GMT, right? 7 in the evening. And in this one, White Harvest Trident is 1-0 up. And Mates against Rupert is Hollow Hill against Three Companies, if I remember correctly. And then Francis plays Polly at an unspecified time as of yet. And that is Aloof against Crossing. I think that's the situation. So yes, I will not be streaming the evening game now because it's dead and I would have to stay here for another couple of hours. I will get home instead. I can record it though, but now it's not so crucial. Now for the other games, I don't know when Francis's game is, but if it's 1-1 at that point, we might be doing the last game as well. Not sure if I can stream it because it's fairly late and I do have to get out of the house because I can't stream from home due to my internet. But I will try to record it in any case. So I will say goodbye here because there's still friendly open going on that I have to do the pairings for and stuff like that. So thank you all for watching and see you next time.